It calls itself Gum-2. It's old, Captain. It's roamed the universe for many thousands of years.
Where did it come from? How many?
Far away. Maybe beyond the galaxy. Once there were millions of them.
Once.
It hasn't seen another of its kind for millennia.
Then you're immediately like, well, so why didn't the lasers work on the door? And then the next scene, like, you see that, like, that whole mountaintop is gone.
But we're not hooking them up to a machine to...
We're not draining their life energy to keep the planet running. You sick. And Kirk's like, hold on a minute.
Yes, this is Kirk.
I either wait for the Federation or I send out a distress signal, and anybody who comes to this planet, I eat them. I eat them.
Riker had to be, like, over the top and cliche in his, like, actions for the casino.
Do you see it, Enterprise? Do you see it, Enterprise? Sorrow, cry for the children. First and last, first and last, first and last. Delicious.
All Sarek does is goes like this. And
Yeah, he knocks his hands away.
And then the Tellaride's like, Kirk literally, he looks at him and he goes like this.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Welcome back to another Retrek review, where each week we talk about Star Trek. And this week we're talking about episode 20 of season 3 of Star Trek The Next Generation. And that episode is entitled Tin Man. It originally aired April 23rd, 1990. It was written by Dennis Putman Bailey and David Bischoff. Dennis is a first-time writer for the show, as well as David Bischoff. I think Dennis Putman Bailey will come back and write another episode. We'll talk about that when you...
Great.
Great.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. And it was directed by Robert Shearer. He's a returning director. He previously did the episodes The Measure of a Man, Peak Performance, The Price, and The Defector.
Nice.
The synopsis for Tin Man is the Enterprise races against Romulans to make first contact with a powerful entity code-named Tin Man. So, that is our introduction to the show. But before we move on to comments and supporters of the podcast, let's move over to Caleb and ask Caleb what he thought of the episode.
Well, my gut reaction is that I didn't like this episode.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
I understand like what they were doing. I thought the story was interesting. I came around on my opinion of the Betazoid guy at the end.
Okay.
I kind of came to the conclusion that like that would kind of suck, like his life sucks. So I kind of came around on that, but man, do they make you hate him immediately.
They certainly don't, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't understand or care why, like, the Federation wants to, like, talk to this alien thing. Like, I get, like, that's what they do. But it's also, like, super funny because we always talk about it. It's like, well, we got to have the Enterprise go do it. You're the fastest, bestest ship in the whole fleet.
Yep, have to.
So good luck. You're gonna get this Betazoid guy who talked peace treaties, but they all killed each other, so he's not really good at peace treaties. So have fun. So I mean, we'll get into it, but overall, my gut reaction was like, I didn't really enjoy this episode. I wouldn't like watch it again.
Yeah, you would circle back to it. Yeah.
No, I would skip it. Like if I was doing a rewatch, I'd skip it probably. But I'll at least give it a 1.
Wow.
Akuda.
Still 1 Akuda.
Yeah, just because there's stuff in it that I thought was interesting, and
Yeah,
it wasn't like terrible. Like it's not unwatchable. There's a lot of other
sure.
episodes where I like hate, and
Yeah, yeah,
I hate the people, and this wasn't like that. It just was like they made this guy unlikable on purpose, and I knew that.
right.
So like, yeah, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, 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 totally. Well, the funny thing is, just looking at people online, so with just a few hundred people, a little bit more and a little bit less, rating these three episodes that I'm going to talk about. Allegiance, where they're trapped in the room,
Yep.
Captain's Holiday, which we just watched, where he's on Ryza, and this episode are all with Allegiance being rated just point 0.2 more than Captain's Holiday and Tin Man, but they're rated generally like the same, like
Hmm.
online.
That surprises me.
Right. And it's literally only just a couple hundred people difference in numbers rating it, and they all generally rate it around kind of like meh episodes, like average. Like they don't rate them bad, they're 7.2, but it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like it's fine. So,
Well, yeah, interesting. Captain's Holiday is a much better episode than this one.
yeah, I think so too. I do
That's
think,
weird.
like, in my personal rating, like going through, it has gone like Sins of the Father, then Allegiance, then Captain's Holiday, then Tin Man, like in the order of like descending good episode.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
That's the fun thing about this is like sometimes our viewers they agree with us, which is nice, but sometimes they'll share like an angle or a point of view that like we hadn't considered and then get to hear them out.
Yeah.
So never know.
I feel like Ed will have some really like deep thoughts about this and how it relates to like real world stuff, and then Captain Alimar will just like say that it's a stupid episode. He doesn't like it. That's my gut, but I could be wrong.
Well, we'll have to see if they prove us wrong because first, right off the bat, come here, just and we thank Ed Markstar and Captain Alimar for their Patreon support. We appreciate those guys being patrons of the podcast. We specifically thank Ed Markstar for keeping those shields running, keeping us protected from those nasty, dirty Romulans.
Yeah,
And Captain Olimar for trying to establish first contact with alien life forms and maybe, just maybe, eventually giving a troubled individual the benefit of the doubt.
maybe. Then I want to hear from you, Captain. This episode showed me also like how happy I am that like Deanna isn't as bad as this. So
That's very true, right? Like, this is really what it would be like. I'm glad she keeps
yeah, if she
quiet.
did her job, that would I would be really upset. So I'm glad that she just is a background character who
Yeah,
sits next to the captain all the time.
it's true. Well, as patrons of the podcast, they get their comments read during the podcast.
Ooh,
So if you want to see your bad, bad, naughty words read during our podcast,
yeah, highly edited.
highly edited, you can always join Patreon and get those read. So we do have a comment from and a review from Captain Olimar, and he leaves it on our review of Allegiance. So he says, here's to the finest crew in Starfleet.
Yep.
We're back, baby. Another another week, more Trek. Retrek, some say.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Shakesman lore time. I do like the Shakesman. You got me. I don't like them all, though. I found Romeo and Juliet to be a poor play, in my opinion, Shakespeare fans. So then he says, how dare you tell them to skip Caleb? Everyone must hear my really bad opinions at the beginning of every retrek in order to derail the discussion before it can ever begin. Thank you. That's good. It's
That's
good.
funny.
This episode is the Family Guy Klondike bar commercial.
Oh my God.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you
Yes.
fly the Enterprise into a pulsar? Would you kill a man?
We'd know. Klondike would know.
Klondike. Yeah.
Wow, that's really funny.
Then he writes, Piss Puck. Pretty cool episode this week. Picard gets abducted by the aliens from 2001, A Space Odyssey, and gets replaced with a much nicer, jovial, and rather fine officer of Starfleet.
Depends on who you ask. Yeah.
That's true. Riker hated it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact he would destroy the Enterprise for an experiment, I kind of like this guy. He sings, he laughs, he loves. A real Romeo, this guy.
Yep.
Mr. Worf is his only ally. Everyone else betrays him. And for what? Kissing Beverly?
Kissing Beverly.
Showing up early to an appointment. He
Kissing
told
the
Jordan.
doctor.
He told Jordy to increase engine efficiency. The only explanation must be he is under alien influence.
Kill him. Kill him. Yeah, that is very funny. Based on the fact that he was like, I should go to medical. I should make the Enterprise run better and be friendlier.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with Picard?
To be fair, he doesn't bring up the thing that does push them over the edge, which is him singing
Singing.
a shanty song, like Intent
Yeah.
Forward. That's not a.
We'll kill our enemies. Yeah, it's good. No, and I think it comes down to my stance sometimes on Picard is that they knew that he was not real because he's not a jerk all the time. And it's like, yeah, because that's what a good Starfleet captain is just
It is pretty funny.
a jerk, stern, But yeah,
It makes you
pretty
think
funny.
the same thing in like TOS episodes too, where they're just like,
well, it's the opposite in TOS. Is like, Kirk is really nice and loves everybody on the ship, and then when he's like, "No, we're going into this galaxy because I said so, and I'm the captain," and they're like, "I don't know. I guess he's having a bad day." It's like clearly it's not. He's not Picard. It's not Kirk.
Yeah.
Clearly.
He says, I don't know where to put this in the episode, so I'll just put it here. I really wish Geordi didn't have a freaking visor covering half his face. LeVar Burton is great, and I really wish we could see more of his acting on the show. This never bothered me in the past, but rewatching this time, it just really stands out.
Yeah.
All I can say to the captain is that I agree that having the visor prevents him from having better performance. Not like his performance gets better, like us as the audience, like connect with him better by seeing his eyes, which is obvious. But yeah, it is an interesting thing to think about that LeVar Burton, like across the board, is like a very fine actor and a really like sweet and tender guy and like knows what he's doing, and then you just slap this thing over his face and it's just like some of his stuff falls flat for me, and I know it's not him. It's just because you can't like see his eyes. You don't know where he's looking. You don't know, like, even when he's angry, it's like you have to look at the wrinkles in his actual forehead to like see that he's upset.
Yeah.
Stuff. So
He's always angry. That's his secret.
that's true.
He's always upset.
Just a little bit, at least.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure LeVar Burton would also agree that he wish he didn't have to wear those all the time.
I think we talked about it back in season 1, but it is a great testament to how good of an actor he is, where it's like he literally can't see anything. And he's doing all of this stuff. So, yeah, pretty good.
And it actually caused him pain, gave him like headaches all the time from having to look through a little tiny viewfinder all day long.
Yep. For that sweet, sweet Star Trek money.
Yep. Yeah. It's just hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
In 1990s money.
Yep. Going real far. Now, trivia talked about how we get to see Picard's backstory through the weird alien mimicking Picard based on his memories. I always thought it was the aliens just doing whatever to frick with the crew, but it makes way more sense that he's acting this way because the alien entity is utilizing his memories to specifically frick with the crew. He knows Beverly's got the hots for him, so he exploits it.
Yeah.
He sings because he remembers Picard's youth, and that's how he acted, brash and bold.
I call it brash and bold.
Yeah, I totally think that. I mean, I know they talked about it in trivia, but I am 100% in the camp that he purposely acts that way because the alien is just going off of like them, like using his memories and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
don't
that.
picture him being like that in his youth, but that's just me.
Well, maybe something happened to him.
Yeah, he got shot in the heart.
Look at that pulsar. That pulsar's amazing. Ensign Crusher, please fly us directly into the pulsar. This is where I will admit my new favorite guy, Fake Picard, might not be so cool.
He might not be for me.
Riker takes command, and Worf isn't his ally after all. Then the episode wraps up real quick. Picard ain't no dummy and figures out everything. The experiment is ruined, so they send him back. What would have happened if the Enterprise had went through with Fake Picard's plan and blowed up? Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I don't know if the aliens would have allowed them all to die. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels like they would have gotten them to the brink and then been like, "Thank you for teaching us this valued experience." I feel like that's where they might have gone with it, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Picard traps those stupid aliens who are just the worst dudes. They don't understand that imprisonment is bad somehow. Then Picard gives them a little gunboat diplomacy.
Yeah. We don't like it.
Yep. It's an interesting episode, end of the episode to be like, again, Star Trek teaching the morals that, hey, whatever just happened to you, do it to somebody else.
Yep.
Teach them a
Yeah, they
lesson.
like it. It is. That is funny.
He
But
says,
it is also that funny like life lesson where they were doing like this horrible stuff and they're like, "Oh my God, this is how you felt? This is horrible."
"Oh, yeah,
Oh.
we would never do
Oh
this."
man. I didn't know it was like this.
It's hard to defend because the aliens don't really show that they're like childlike in their understanding of things until they're like on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, these guys are like way out of touch with like how like anything deals with common issues. But while they're learning that, Picard's like giving everybody the wink and the nod and the tipping the hat to to them to trap them, and it's like it's just funny.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's just it's a for the generation of the time. It was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Make these guys feel stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you like it,
Yeah,
you
pretty
freak?
pretty good episode this week. Very Picard heavy. Lots of fun scenes. Little quick on the wrap up. I agree.
Yeah.
He says, kind of a joke ending, and it is. It really
Yep.
is.
As per usual.
Then he says two Akutas this week. So that's good. So, like, case in
Nice.
point, even Captain Olimar, we talked about how online allegiance is a little high. It's not quite 7.5, but it's close. And, probably on our scale, that would be, probably one Akuta. So it's already telling me that, another fan out there, he enjoyed it to probably like an 8 or a 9 on
Yeah.
on our scale. So just interesting. Yeah, I get the ending's like a quick wrap up, and there's a couple things in it that are like eh. And we talked about in the episode that perhaps people don't really like it because all of the like semi interesting things that happen on the Enterprise with Picard are like fake, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Or are they?
Ooh. Well, as was our custom a little while ago, we would have another series called Hailing Frequencies Open. We haven't had one yet, but this is where we would normally read out this part of his comment. So we'll just do it here because that's just more fitting currently. And that is his Popcorn Award. He gives it to the great Patrick Stewart for the song alone.
Wow.
So, as to use that as a means to pressure Caleb, we turn to Caleb and ask Caleb, who does get the popcorn award for being the best actor of the episode?
The bullying girl, she was great.
Great.
No, Picard's a good answer. He played two roles, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got to like stretch his legs in that episode. So
Yeah.
he's in a room completely acting with a completely set of different actors, three different actors, and he has to be confined to that small space. He can't like, he has to play confined and all that stuff. And then you cut to him back on the Enterprise, and he is like a completely different character, like a wildly different character. So he does it both very well.
Yeah. No, it's great. I like him.
Yeah, we'll have to see if an episode like that ever happens again.
No, it won't.
But we appreciate those comments. We hope you guys enjoyed it too. And also, we had 2 new subscribers to the channel. And those 2 new subscribers are D Quartermain. Looks like he's wearing Hobbit slippers in his picture.
Ooh, I used to have a pair of those.
Yeah, pretty comfy. And the other is Stephen Crow. Looks like Steven's flying an airplane.
Nice.
So
Thank you
we
for subscribing,
appreciate you
Warrior.
both subscribing to the channel. We hope you continue to find things that you enjoy to watch. And as Caleb says, welcome aboard.
I know it. Yeah, I say it all the time.
I know it well. So we appreciate our Patreons. We appreciate our subscribers. And without any further ado, let's get straight into our review. So we open up with the Enterprise making exospheric charts of the Hayashi system because that system is taking the first steps towards planet colonization. So
I love it.
so I was like, okay, so exosphere, they're charting the atmosphere, basically the thin layer above the planet. They're charting that, and I just randomly, for some weird reason, maybe because of Star Trek, I know that the word Hayashi is the Japanese word for forest. So there we go.
Nice.
Cool. We get that in the captain's log. Then we hear Data say that the USS Hood is on intercept course. We've seen the Hood a couple times, mentioned a couple times.
Yep.
And then pops up on the screen Captain DeSoto. He's our first guest appearance of the week. He's played by Michael Cavanaugh. He's a character actor and still alive at 83.
Well,
Yeah. He goes on to push Will immediately about still being tied to the Enterprise.
yeah.
It's kind of funny.
When that scene happened and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're still doing this, huh, Will?" I was like, "His name's Wesley."
Then we learned that Picard asks, "Why are you like warping right to us and delivering us a message that Starfleet could have just done over subspace?" And they're concerned about Romulan eavesdropping.
Yeah, they don't do that.
No, not at all.
The Romulans have never once eavesdropped.
But it's even more than that. Not only are they trying to make sure that Romulans don't eavesdrop them, they're bringing somebody to drop off on the Enterprise.
Yeah,
Which
I figured that, right?
You would kind of lead with that, but that's all right.
Yeah. Plus, like, I kind of figured that already.
Yeah.
If they're meeting you on scene, it's like, well, they're probably delivering somebody or bringing you something for your mission.
Right, exactly. It was really funny.
Yeah. Well, we don't want Romulans to hear. Also, we have this bomb to give you to drop. So
Yeah, right. Well, the bomb that's going to drop has a name, and that name is Tam Elbrun.
Tam Albert. You mean the guy who's responsible for the Holocaust on Betazoid 6?
I think you mean the Garushta disaster.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's another one of these things where I get it. You can't have everything be on screen, but I'm also just like, I have no point of reference. They go on to explain it. We're going to talk about it in a minute, but I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, immediately, I'm just like, okay.
Right.
I don't know. Riker's mad about it, so, like, that's cool, but, like, doesn't do anything for me.
Right, exactly. And so Picard prepares for Tam Elbrun to be in the transporter room. He asks Data to accompany him, and then Troy pipes up, "Can I join you too, Captain?" And he's like, "Why would you want to join me? Do you know Tam Elbrun?" And she's like, "I do know Tam Elbrun as a colleague." And she's like, "No, as a patient."
Oh my God. Yeah, that was weird, right? Am I alone? Think that like that whole setup was like weird?
I don't know. I think the thing that they realized is like what's the hook to get you to keep watching the episode, right? And it's like
Mhm.
they've already opened the door on the fact that nobody likes him because of this fiction, this like basically made up disaster that happened.
Yeah.
And you have, as the audience, you have no reference to what that is. They don't even explain it in this opening thing. So you don't even really know what they're talking about. Like, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, sure. And I think that they were just banking on her saying, well, he was a patient. That means he has psychiatric issues. It's like, oh, okay, like
Oh
that's
man.
I definitely think it's just a product of the time. I think
Yeah.
mental health issues and people who are like unstable were viewed as more like
Yeah.
insane, like serial killer-esque people.
Dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, like just he's gonna kill everybody on the Enterprise because he's a psychiatric patient. And you're like, okay, but you realize that's not how it just works across the board. Like, not everybody who has like mental health problems is like a problem to society, but
Yeah.
it's not the best hook into the musical intro.
Nope.
But then we have the musical intro, we come back, we see the USS Hood. That's pretty cool. I always like seeing it. I'm pretty sure it's the same stock footage of last time they were docked with the Hood. We cut to they're talking in the hallway about Tam. We get to see Chief O'Brien, and we learn that Tam is a specialist in the first contact of new life forms. That's
Yeah.
why he's being brought to the Enterprise. And then in beams Tam, and he comes pretty much right off the transporter pad and gives Picard the mission info. This is our second guest appearance of the week. His name is Harry Groner. He's also a character actor, still alive at 74. He has been in a few popular things, like he plays Mayor Richard Wilkins III in 14 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
He also plays Gail W. McGee in the 2023's Oppenheimer.
Nice.
But we've already seen him. We've seen him and known him, loved him, had no feeling about him, whatever. He's
Yeah.
previously, for our watching purposes, he's previously been in Star Trek Enterprise in the episodes Demons and Terror Prime as Nathan Samuels. And you're going to say,
Hmm.
oh, who's that guy? Well, he's the guy that is like the head liaison figure when they're like starting up the idea of the Federation.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah, so thought you would appreciate that. So he gives that the mission info to Picard. He then turns to Deanna and says, "D,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Good."
You lost me. Uh,
And then they
oh,
both
it's good
said,
to see you, D. I could sense you from miles away.
"Yeah." And then they both are like, "And I thought you were on Chandra 4."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, brother."
I thought you were on. Oh, Chandrafo. Yeah, no, I wasn't. Thank you, though. It's very good. Can I show you to my room? No, no, you cannot. All
Oh
right.
man.
Well, then here's the deal. Here's the deal, douche. I'm just not even going to talk to you anymore. Okay? It's just, I would just like, I would just be like, oh, okay, all right, cool, and then I would just think like horrible things.
Just murdering him over and over in your
Just,
mind.
yeah,
I can't read his mind. All he thinks are evil thoughts.
yeah,
Remember the Kazinti things? He makes
yes,
me
yeah.
think of mashing yellow root. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, so Tam is shocked by Data. He can't read Data. What's that in the room? That's weird.
What the heck is this thing?
But he does openly read Picard's mind, which is pretty crazy. And I
Yeah,
wasn't sure really what if it really was a thing that Picard was doing, or it just was a thing that like how it played out. But you kind of already said it. Tam turns to Picard, and Picard goes to turn to Data, and Tam's like, "Hey, you're gonna go take this up to the bridge. You're gonna analyze it." And Picard wants a brief in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that, and then Picard calls up to the bridge, and he's like, "Hey, Riker, can you be up on the bridge?" Which I was like, "Why is Riker not up on the bridge?" It's like he just literally left, but whatever.
Well, he's not there yet. I
And
mean,
he's
he's
like,
just like,
"Oh,
yeah, I'm literally in the turbo lift right now,
our
Picard. I don't
bow
know.
lift."
Okay,
And
good.
he tells him, blah, blah, Data's going to have our mission parameters and he's going to like fill you in. So please be up on the bridge. And then we'll have a briefing. And then he says, in 15 minutes.
15. Yeah. I
And
thought
I
that was
was
fun.
like, is he actually changing the time, or does he
Yeah.
just expect Data to give him a brief in 10, and then when they go in the room in 5 minutes later, like Picard's already like up to speed and the rest of everybody's up to speed? I couldn't quite tell what they were trying to say in that scene.
Oh, you better hurry up to the bridge with that. Captain wants you to run the orders, scan the technical schematics, and be ready to brief him in 10 minutes, right?
Number one,
Riker here.
we meet Commander Data on the bridge. He has our orders and new heading.
Aye, sir.
And assemble the bridge staff for a mission briefing in 15 minutes. Got out.
I think it's very much him not wanting that guy to be like right or
Okay.
control the narrative, you know?
It would make sense. I just wasn't sure.
I feel like Picard hates that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, we see from Luoxana that like
Yeah.
he really doesn't find her amusing.
No, and her thing is that she like lies to like embarrass him, you know?
Right, sure.
At least that's how I feel.
No, I agree with you. So we leave the transporter room. We go to a corridor shot of Geordi and Riker walking. We learned that 47 were killed at this Garusta disaster,
Yep.
including the captain of the Delphi and two of Riker's friends from his class at the academy. They get in the turbo lift. They talk about the what happened like loosely at this place, and they mention a name Darson. They don't really go into who Darson is, but they mention it.
Yeah.
We go up to the bridge. We learn that their destination is the Beta Stromgren system, and they're following the Vega 9 probe,
Yeah. Of course they are.
and that the destination is 23 parsecs beyond any manned exploration. And they're like, oh, and
Nice.
then Data sees something, doesn't elaborate. We cut to the conference room, and he's explaining everything again, and that the star in the Beta Stromgren system is soon to go supernova. And as he's like continuing to explain it, Tam interrupts him and says, no, really, this is the thing. He shows this, I don't know, like almost like a sideways hornet nest thing, like
Yeah.
in space, and says this is called Tin Man. And preliminary scans from Starfleet have shown that it's an organic creature born in space, and that Tam has been sent to talk to it telepathically because all other means have failed.
Yeah. He's like, hurry up, Data. Just get to the point.
Right.
And it's like, why aren't you leading this then? I don't understand.
Right. Also, like he was about to say it maybe
but
like
like
2 or 3 seconds before he said it. So
But you're the one that's like, you're the mission, you know, the other captain said like, well, he's coming on board to give you like the mission prep and parameters and everything. And then it's like, he just sits in the room
right.
and like mad that they're not doing it, you know?
Totally. I totally agree.
But I do think this scene does a good job of showing like how, because he's, you know, he's very uncomfortable in the scene.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like everybody in the room thinking at the same time is like just way too much, you know?
Yeah. Like overwhelming. Yeah.
So I did appreciate that, you know. It's like the beginning groundwork of showing you like a bigger issue, you know. But I don't know how we forgot about the Romulans though. That's oh right, the Romulans. Yeah, I forgot about the Romulans.
Oh, that's right.
Oh shoot. I forgot they existed.
Yeah, he makes mention of that where this is, that it's technically Romulan claimed space, even though Worf is like Romulans claim anything that they can see. And that also two
True.
Romulan ships are on an intercept course to the Tin Man and the system.
Yeah, but there's no way they could possibly be there before them.
No, because this is the Enterprise and they go fast, baby.
Yep. They're the fastest ship in the fleet. We
That's
learned
right.
that.
That's right.
So that's good.
And obviously the Romulans want to study this Tin Man, take it all apart, but that's only assumed. And then as everybody's dismissed to go about their thing, Picard gets upset with Tam because Tam nearly forgot to even mention that this was like a big Romulan issue, and which makes Tam get real irritated and kind of like blow up about it. And so then
Yeah.
Riker privately thinks that Tam was distracted at Garushta, and then Tam's like, well, Darcy didn't listen to me, and it led to all these unnecessary deaths, and if he had just listened, it's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And Riker doesn't say anything, and Tam goes to walk out of the room, and then Riker again privately thinks to himself that he doesn't believe what he's saying, and he's like, "No, you don't believe what I'm saying." Like, yep,
Yeah, it was good. I kind of like that thing with Riker, though. That scene is just like, yeah, I don't trust this guy. This guy's crazy.
yeah, a little loud thinking for a
Stop thinking
Betazoid.
horrible things about me.
Like, oh, no, I will not kiss you.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was a Betazoid.
Stop thinking about that. Stop thinking.
Uh,
Yeah.
you freak. You freak.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Just a little sidebar. I really hate the designation Tin Man.
It's not awesome. It's not
Yeah.
awesome.
It's really stupid. And then later on when he's like, hey, this is its name.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, cool. And he's like, we gotta go save Tin Man.
Yes.
No, but you said, but he's not though. That's not his name though.
I 100% agree with you that once they shift over from what Starfleet or whoever's been calling it Tin Man to what its name actually is, and they keep saying Tin Man, I was like, nah, I'm out. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
really stupid.
Well, he has to have a
Oh.
heart, though. He has to have a heart. He doesn't have a heart anymore.
No, so that makes sense from like writing standpoint of the episode, but it doesn't make sense of the naming convention from Starfleet in the real world, you know?
Right, exactly.
It's really
They're like,
bad though.
they're like, hey, do you remember that like 430-year-old like novel? Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah. Be like, well, I think we should call it a character from that book.
yeah. It's like a sentient spaceship. Let's call it Tin Man. No, it's a spacecraft. It's like a sentient like being.
Tin Man, got it. Next. What else you want me to name?
Yeah.
It's just a guy in a room, and they pass him pictures of things that they've scanned, and they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Tin
This
Man.
one, he's like
Jelly
this is-
Man. It's always man.
Oh, that's funny. I was
Oh,
gonna
man.
say they pass
Bug Man.
like they pass in front of him a picture of like a sentient plant life, and I was just gonna be like, Garfield.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. No, I like the idea that he names everything man, ends
That
with
is
man.
funny. That is funny. Yeah.
Especially because, like, that's how aliens work in this show.
They're like, okay, here are the scans from the Enterprise. These are the aliens that captured Picard and held him hostage for a few days. We don't know what they're called. They didn't say what their species were, but we do need a name for the file. What would you call them? Spaceman.
Blue Suit Man.
Blue Suitman. Oh, I called them Blue Man Group.
Yeah. Rockhead Men.
Rockhead Man.
Good. Next. Next.
So we come back from commercial break. They're several days away from Tin Man's location.
Mm-hmm.
Picard feels that Tam is unstable. He's getting a medical checkup in Med Bay. Beverly feels that Tam is a prodigy. Oh, why is
Sure
that?
is.
Well, Troy goes on to explain that Betazoids aren't born telepathic. They have to learn it. They have to train themselves to do it. But some children, for no reason, nobody knows why, in the thousands and thousands of years that Betazoids have been a thing, not a single person understands why it happens. Sometimes kids are just born with their abilities switched on, where they just right from birth they can read minds.
It's true. They're really good.
Yep. And Tam has been hospitalized in the past for repeated stress scenarios.
Yeah.
So his mind collapses upon itself because he can't stop listening to people think. And Picard straight up does not care for him. He just like is real irritated with him simply because he previously read his mind and got like the briefing time correct and then didn't tell him about Romulans and then had an outburst about nasty things that Riker was thinking. Like that's really all he freaks out about. I mean, honestly. And then
Yeah.
Picard's like, he needs to be scanned in medbay. I think this guy is unstable and unfit to do his duties. And then when they're like, oh, he has like a horrible genetic condition that just doesn't allow his mind to turn anything off. And he's been hospitalized several times because it's like distressing him. Picard's like, I don't care about any of those things. I can't believe you forgot to tell me that Romulans were coming. I hate Romulans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dude.
It's good.
Yeah. But Beverly tries to get Picard to see the reality of it. She notes that most of Tam's missions that he takes, he ends up sticking with assignments that isolate him from other humanoids. So it's an actual problem, Picard. Get over it, dude.
Yeah, get over yourself.
Yeah, I mean, really, I get he's an annoying character, and I get that like you don't necessarily want to like
Yeah.
enjoy him, but it's like it's
Yeah. No, I don't want to be around him.
right, but it's like it's not the dude's fault. He can't help it.
He has a legit medical condition.
Yep.
Just like the fact that your heart has a stab wound in it and your heart's 3 sizes too small.
That's right. And it didn't grow at all that day.
Yeah. And they'll feast and feast.
Feast and feast.
It is really stupid sometimes because I don't, it's just writing.
It is totally just writing. Yes.
But it's like sometimes you have him come down on the wrong side just for drama, and it's just so annoying to me.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Being mad about this because, I don't know. And then,
Like-
being mad about Data making a daughter and then switching over to the
Right.
He gets kicked back from the Admiral and he's like, no, screw you, buddy. And it's like,
This
you're all over the place, dude.
I think you can agree. This scene where he's getting scanned and we learn all about like his medical condition, this should have happened after he tells the alien thing to well, he doesn't tell it to do it, but it blows up the Romulan ship. Picard then
Yeah.
should be like, what the heck, dude? Like, you're clearly unstable. You just told an alien ship to blow and kill hundreds of people. Like, you're not fit for duty. And then this is where we, like, learn all of the stuff.
Mhm.
Instead, he doesn't like that, a Betazoid read his mind.
But also, didn't the other spaceship captain tell them that the Romulans have an interest in it and they want to study it as well? Like, wasn't it a thing that was already established, or?
Kind of. He basically says that like Romulans are listening and they probably would be interested in this. I don't think it's until the conference room with Data and Tam that we learned that like the Romulans are also very interested in this thing.
Like actively on their way to the location.
Correct, right. It's just drama.
Yeah.
It's drama nonsense. That's really
Yeah.
all it's for.
It's in Romulan space, so you just assume that Romulans are already there, right? I mean,
right, exactly.
It's not like you didn't tell us about the Romulans. Like, well, you should have known.
Right, and they also admit to the fact that it is Romulan claimed space, so it's like, well, yeah, no, duh, Romulans are there. And they try to, like, cover that up. They try to make it seem like that's an irrelevant thing when Worf is like, Romulans say anything is their space by looking at it. Like, okay, but if it's
Right.
still in Romulan space, like, the Federation isn't contesting that area, then
Yeah,
it's
and also
Romulan space.
Also, like, I don't care if you're interested in this thing, like, scientifically, like, you still are breaking the war treaty to go in there
Right.
to study it.
Right.
So you're doing what you're always mad about the Romulans doing. What are we doing here?
Like, oh, we don't want the Romulans to capture and study this sentient. Well, they don't even know if it's sentient. They just know it's an organic life form in space. It's basically like the jellyfish thing in Farpoint. They don't want the
my gosh.
Romulans to capture them and study it. Like, that's offensive to the Federation. So they're going to send in the Enterprise to basically talk to this thing and get it to leave Romulan space. But how dare the Romulans do something in their own space?
No, they can't.
If it was literally the reverse,
They'd be outraged.
right? Like if there was an alien spaceship that might be alive, and it was in Federation space, and the Romulans came from far distances to come in, and what they want to do is communicate with it because they want to talk to it. It would
Yeah.
be like, no, that's
Like
outrageous. Outrageous.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things we always say. It's like you wrote this. You wrote
Right.
this to be the Romulans. It didn't have to be the Romulans.
No.
Because now here's the thing: is like now the Romulans show up. They all look at this alien. They try to talk to it. And then their orders are to kill it. And then that the Tin Man blows up the Romulan ship. So now the other ship comes in. Here's the Enterprise and a blown up Romulan ship. And it's like, hey, so you guys are on our side of the universe in our space, and you've responsible for
Right.
blowing up a ship. Like that's an act of war. Like we're at war now, right? But
Right.
it's like, oh, I don't know. Hey, you guys should get out of here. What? What is
Yeah.
happening?
So hear me out here. It probably should have been another entity.
Any alien, anything would have been
Another
fine.
entity. This is how far we'll go with it. Make another entity be like the Wicked Witch of the West, where that entity has removed Tin Man's quote unquote heart, which was the crew.
Yeah. The Wicked Witch of the West, bro.
Right. So that entity killed the alien's crew, removing his heart, and now the entity, like basically it's Wizard of Oz, but we're hearing the pleas and the explanations of everything from the witch's point of view. Like, well, this person's evil. They're terrible. Look, they destroy things. And now Tam goes to talk to the quote unquote Tin Man, and the Tin Man destroys a Romulan thing, and it's like, oh man, look, they're evil. This thing's evil. The Wicked Witch of the quote unquote Wicked Witch of the West is right. We shouldn't do this thing. It would make so much more sense for the analogy of something took away the ship's heart, essentially, which was the crew, and now he was just suffering out in the field because he can't move, because he needs to be oiled, because he's a Tin Man. Like, you could literally just like write it to just be a different thing and use the same beats as the book does. Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So, cool thing, we get to see Data in the captain's chair. That was fun. I like seeing that. That was nice.
Yeah. The Tin Man in the chair.
Tin Man in the chair, different Tin Man. Something is on sensors, but they don't know what it is. Data speculates it's either a sensor malfunction or a ship is following them covertly, but Worf says it's absolutely not a malfunction. So Data says to monitor the echo and initiate yellow alert if anything changes.
Yeah.
We go down to Tam's quarters. Troy visits him. Tam is afraid of too many minds. She tries to actually give him counsel.
Yeah. He's actually like terrified of humans.
Yep.
They're all thinking at once.
She actually does her job for once and tries to be a counselor, which was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I know. I liked her point. Like, so if it's so bad, idiot, like, why are you even in
Right.
space? Like, why are you out here doing this? Why are you also doing like first contact missions?
Yep.
You probably shouldn't do that. Well, how could I not? I love space aliens. Like, okay. All right,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think this is where he talks about the Chandrins or whatever.
Yeah, and that was cool.
He's like, it takes him 3 days just to say hello, and I love it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
No, tell me more. Tell me more about how boring you are.
Yeah. Also, can
It's
we
beautiful.
see the Chandrins?
No. They're like sloth people. That's why they're slow. They're so slow to like shake hands. So that, obviously the Federation calls them slothmen.
I want them to be like crystalline rock people,
Ooh,
but they
yeah.
move very slow like a sloth. And so by the time they go to extend a handshake, like 3 days have gone by because they move very slowly.
It's legitimately like the crystals growing.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Crystal Man.
Crystal Man. That's pretty funny. But we learn that Tam likes Data because Data has a quiet mind. He doesn't have anything there, and he likes talking to Data. And then we also learn a really creepy thing. Kind of creepy. I think it's creepy. Tam can already read the Tin Man, but perhaps because the Tin Man is telepathic and talking to him. And you're like, oh. She's like, that's light years away. Even for you, that would be impossible. And he's like, for me, yes, but not for the Tin Man. And I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
He
that.
calls me.
Yeah, I was
You're
like,
like,
that's not good. Out of all of the minds in the galaxy, this alien thing's like, oh, hey, I could talk to that thing. Great. You're like, I don't know. Oil, right?
yeah.
Oil. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Oh, he does do that. Yeah, no, there's a part in this where I was like, oh man, this is they're totally doing the Spock thing.
Oh, what was it?
He's
What?
like, the Tin Man, he's alone
Oh,
in space, all alone. The cries of anguish, loss of his crew. It's like, get out of here. Get the out of here.
you mean when he's walking with Data in the ship?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
was like, oh my God. He like because he touches the wall and he's like, I
Yeah.
know the way now. I've seen everything.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No, what I was doing was
The empty corridors where the crew used to walk. Like, dude. Okay. Don't take Vulcans out of the show and then reference stuff that the best Vulcan ever did. You know,
yeah, totally.
you can get bet.
Yeah, that's really funny, actually. No, I was doing the thing from the actual Wizard of Oz where Dorothy's walking by and the Tin Man's
Oh
going,
yeah.
oil,
Oh.
oil. He's
Oh yes. Yes. I got you. That's funny.
because like that's what the Tin Man's doing to Tam as they get closer. He's just saying oil.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Too many Wizard of Oz references. Anyways,
Well, yeah, that's what they wanted apparently.
yeah, love it. We learned that the threat of the supernova is going to be earlier now than previously thought. And when they get to the system, we get Picard looking out at the view screen and he sees essentially Tin Man and he says, remarkable. Thought that was
Yeah.
really funny. I don't know why. It just made me laugh. And then they're like, and then he goes, computer, locate Tam Elburn. And it's like, Tam Elburn is in the turbo lift heading to the main bridge. And he goes,
Of
of
course he is.
course.
Jeez.
But he laughs, and I was like, "So you like this guy suddenly? Like, oh, it's so amusing when he
Oh,
can."
oh, it's so funny.
That's right. He can read minds. It's
Yeah.
such fun. It's such fun.
It's hilarious. If only the rest of the crew and I didn't have to communicate, this would be great. Imagine that. Imagine a whole crew of Betazoids. It basically would be like the people that Khan ran into.
Ooh,
Right? Yeah, no, there's a reference
yeah.
there.
Wow.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah. And then
Yep.
before we go to commercial break, what do we see coming? Romulans.
But how could we see them if they're cloaked?
And then just this
Unless they
hard
use some sort of
zoom. Bum, bum, bum,
they
bum,
must
bum,
be
bum.
using some sort of advanced power cells so they can't cloak to get here faster. I don't know.
I don't know.
Space stuff.
Well, this is the halfway point, so go down to the comment section and write Lollipop Guild. Isn't that what that was called? Nah, we are the
Lollipop Kid.
I don't remember. Whatever. You know
Who
what it is.
cares?
Who
It's the worst
cares?
movie of all time. Anyway.
Write something from Wizard of Oz. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care what it is. If
We-
I was king of the forest.
Well, yeah, what was it?
Right. Good stuff.
Dude, that's it. Go down to the comment section and write, if I was the king of the Harashi.
Lollipop Man.
Gas Cloud Man, Blob Creature Man, Time Warp Man, Crystal Skull Man, Void Man, Space Zombie Man, Energy Dude Man. God, he looks like somebody I would just hate to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. So Tam tells Picard that the Romulans won't talk to him, don't want to talk. And I thought, is that because Picard is thinking that he should open hailing frequencies? And Tam beats him to the punch, like, they're not going to talk to you, so don't even bother with it. I was like, I don't know how to read that. But the
I
Romulans
don't know
do.
what
Yeah, I don't know either. But the
This is
Romulans
stupid.
do an interesting thing where they just immediately open fire on the Enterprise, which was interesting. They don't usually do that.
Yeah, they don't want to talk to you, Captain.
Then I thought a really huge gaping flaw in the episode. I was like, this doesn't make any sense, and I will never ever agree with whoever wrote it. Apparently, Tam can speak Romulan because he's just like, well, that's what the Romulan captain said in his mind. I'm like, he's thinking in English? He's thinking in Betazoid? Like, what?
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That gets a little gray, doesn't it?
Oh, no, it's no, he doesn't know. Unless he's thinking in pictures, like for Tam to know
Yeah.
what he's thinking. He doesn't, unless we all know what Romulan, like, unless he fluently speaks Romulan, there's no way he would know.
Do you? Yeah, that's a good. I mean, that's a trippy question right there. Like, does your brain think in the way of your language?
Of course it does. Of course. Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
you
I
ready
don't
for
know. 'Cause-
no, you do. You know you do. Just think about this is really trip you that like deaf people absolutely dream in sign language. They don't dream
uh,
in like people talking and doing all that stuff.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's a mind explosion.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah. I mean, if you're telepathic,
Right.
I feel like you. I mean, you can still sense like anger and like intent to murder.
Oh yeah, yeah. He can
Yeah.
feel the emotions, and he can
Yeah.
just like she can that they're angry, that they are going to be violent, like they're going to make bad decisions. But like he's telling Picard very specific information, like, well, they're going to go do this thing, or they're only attacking you so that they can get you to stop, so that they can overtake you and get there faster to the alien. It's like that's just more than deception and anger. Like, oh, I feel their emotion, and this is what they're doing.
Well, he even said, right, like their orders are to like kill the alien if it doesn't
Right. Oh,
listen
and
to
then
them. Yeah.
also that, right? Yeah. So,
Interesting. So yeah, he reads Romulan. That's good.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
here's the thing, like as a Betazoid that is also like first contact person, I forget what they call him, like ambassador or whatever they call him.
yeah, specialist. But go ahead.
Like the deaf guy from that episode, like that was his job, was he
Right.
peace treaty agreement guy. I
Well, here's
feel
a
like you should probably know other languages doing that job, you know?
you totally should, and I don't disagree that like he probably does know other languages, but you have to admit that knowing fluent Romulan is pretty pretty rare.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not a known like language to the Federation.
Because also, and here's my argument, it's not like Enterprise with Hoshi where you have to physically know it. The computer's going to translate it. So as long as you had translation already happen and you've programmed it into the computer, anytime you talk to the Romulans or any other alien species that's not first contact, the computer already knows how to like talk to these people. It translates English or whatever language into their language. So like him being fluent in Romulan is kind of like a moot thing. It would be like, why? Because the computer's going to translate everything for you. It's something that the people didn't think about. They just would be like, well, of course he can read the Romulan's mind, and that would be cool and interesting. You're like, yes, but also, how?
Yeah.
It's messy and it's okay.
But here's the other thing. Every time we see the Romulans, they speak English. So
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know they had their own language anyway. So
Well, they
I don't
have
think
to
the
because
writers
they're
do either.
aliens. Yeah, because they'll never say they'll never say anything in Romulan and be like, oh, what's that? Like, oh, that's their language. Anyways, we cut to Geordi down in the engineering room. He's trying to get the shields up. Picard allows the Romulans to have first contact, but he still wants Data and the Enterprise to collect as much information as possible, as well as use the Vega 9 probe to get as much information. We cut to Tam in Data's quarters. Tam remarks his quarters are very Spartan, and he looks at a painting by Data, which is interesting.
Hmm. Oh, but you paint?
Yeah, the painting was interesting. It kind of looked like a weird time portal, and I was like, what is that about?
It's the Portal of Oz.
It's the eye of the tornado looking up.
Yep.
Data says it's the Tin Man is interesting because the creature is laid out as a vessel with chambers and corridors, but yet it maintains an environment for humanoids, but there is no crew even on it, so what's the point? It seems to be a living being to serve a purpose, whether born that way or designed that way.
Yeah, no, that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Dave's like, well, I don't really understand its purpose, and he's like, well, why does there have to be a purpose? Because most things have a purpose.
Yes, yeah. He says Data feels unqualified to express an opinion on whether or not a living being should have a purpose or just exist to merely exist. It's
Yeah, and he's like, well,
interesting.
you have the perfect because you're unbiased.
Yeah, and when he says that to him, Data in his own way is actually surprised by Tam's ability to read him because he's like, you said in the transporter room you can't read my mind. And he's like, I can't. I just feel like I know you very well. But Data is like, you can, by the phrasing and wording of his rebuttal to Tam, it seems like Data is like kind of shocked by how close or
Yeah,
how exactly Tam like reads him, that nothing to him is trivial or infinitesimal. Like he values everything.
yeah.
So it's an interesting conversation with him. I don't think it's a bad
No, it was
conversation.
good. Yeah, no, I like the scene. Probably the best scene, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. And he ends the scene where he says that even if you've been told so, it's not a sin to be different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Just a very, very interesting thing.
I was thinking in that scene, I was like, it would have been nice to have like him do like the court stuff with Data, like
Oh,
it seems like he's on like Data's side. Like his opinion is like, shouldn't be pulled apart and
yeah.
studied. And yeah, it's interesting.
That or even have him be present when they were trying to take Lal to the cybernetics thing.
Yeah.
So we go back to the bridge. We learn that the Romulans are trying to hail the Tin Man, and we learn that the Romulans want to destroy the Tin Man if they can't talk to him. How does he know all that? Well, that's because Tam and the Tin Man are openly talking to each other telepathically, and that's when Tam tells Tin Man to not allow its destruction, and he says the word
hmm
under his breath, Gamtu.
hmm
So then
Tan and Tin Man is a good band name.
yeah, and then we watch Gomtu, I'll call him now. We watch Gomtu spin like a breakdance and just absolutely destroy the Romulan ship because you think like, oh no, the Romulan ship's experiencing turbulence and kaboom! It's like, oh, okay. Shakes the Enterprise real hard, and then Picard gets back up and he's like, you son of a... And Tam's just
Yeah.
standing there like, he's dazed and drained. He stood there a lot like those aliens from the TOS episode where they're running through the corridors.
Yeah. Well, I know, and the thing is too is he just told him like, just protect yourself. Like they're gonna try to kill you, and like that was his defense mechanism. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so why are you blaming me? Like, what is? I told it to like leave or protect itself. I didn't tell it to murder people.
Right, exactly. It's like it's not my fault. But like this
No,
is
and they're
how
like, what did you tell it to do?
it
You're sick. You're freaking sick. Like,
like
dude, I didn't.
this one event happened in there, however, like a while ago at some point, I don't know whenever it happened, this disaster thing, and it's like nobody clearly heard his side of it, and they still hold him like responsible for all of these things. It's just like, why
Yeah.
though? I don't understand. It's like he clearly
Yeah,
said
because
that I told him not to do it. So it's like, shouldn't you be mad at the other guy, this Darson guy? It's like he was the one who didn't
no,
listen to what Tam was saying and got everybody killed.
you can't be mad at the Starfleet captain. They're perfect. I know, and that's what I did like that when Deanna went into his room and she's like, so what happened over there? And he's like, oh, I thought everybody knew. And she's like, No, not like the event. Like, what happened to
Like
you?
you, like, why are you this way? Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't care that Riker's three friends died. Like, I don't care about
No,
that.
who cares about that? That's boring. So we come back from commercial. Geordi needs 20 hours of work with double shifts to fix
Yeah,
the Enterprise.
he's got 3 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know if it was just me. I don't know. I'll put it down below. I'll zoom into people's mouths. It seems like the ADR is really not good here in this engineering scene.
With it, fried circuits I thought were unfriable.
I'm not worried about Tin Man. It's more Romulans showing up.
Right. First priority, get the shields up. Only let's not have any more surprises until I'm done, okay?
Don't ask me about surprises. Ask Tam Eldra.
I don't know. Just didn't seem good.
Yeah, I didn't notice. Wouldn't surprise me.
Now Tam is back in medbay. Beverly says that Tam's brain activity is either recovering from a fugue state or a seizure due to systemic stress. But guess what? Picard's still irritated with Tam, and that Tam
I don't trust him.
Yep. Tam has been talking to this Gamtu, and he explains that Gamtu is old and perhaps the last of its species, and it wants to die in the supernova. It hates living because its crew is dead. And suddenly it turns from this guy's trying to connect with the alien species that he's supposed to be having first contact with to, I can't believe you're connecting with it, and you're going to want even more contact with it, you out of control monster.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's like, hey, wasn't this guy sent here to talk to this thing and like bridge the gap between us humanoids and a sentient spaceship?
He wasn't supposed to become its friend. Disgusting.
How dare you? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's stupid. It's xenophobic. It's just xenophobic all over again.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh, because the thing can spin around like a top and blow a starship up, they're like, you can't be friends with this thing. It's like, what were they going to do? Well, it's like, well, the Romulans were going to destroy it. It's like, well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, it can't destroy other things. It has to be passive at all times.
Yeah, it's got to be a nice alien.
A nice alien who doesn't defend itself in any manner.
Yeah. If he wants to die so badly, then why didn't he just let the Romulans kill him? Because he's evil. That's why. That's why. Yeah, it's really dumb.
It's really pretty stupid. Yep. So Picard is upset that Tam reacted without thinking about the safety of others, which is, I will give him that. He did say, like, protect yourself, Gamtu. And then Gamtu's like, you got it, buddy. And then does this crazy shockwave. I get, like, he didn't know that, like, also that could have destroyed the Enterprise, too. Like, there was no precedent there, so I understand that. Geordi keeps working and gets partial long-range sensors working, and Worf is then able to confirm the other Romulan ship is on its way. Picard asks Data a question about Tam, and Troy answers. That was my favorite.
I don't really care about the Romulans. I'm worried about this star-going supernova.
Yeah, he's like, Data, what do you know about Tam? And Troy's like, well, what I know about Tam is that Tam is really, he's not okay. And like Data just stands there. And then at the very end, Data's just like, yeah, he's okay. But like, he doesn't really do things well. It's like, it was very funny.
He's like, I agree with her on all regards except for any of the things that she just said.
Right.
Because this guy's fine. He's really good, actually. Yeah. I believe, basically, it's like, she's like, well, he's going to connect to this alien and he's going to lose himself because he's just so weak and he doesn't even know what he's doing. And Data's like, I think he's going to do his job and like why he came out here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I don't know. That's not enough, Data. That's not enough.
Right. And so Data offers to be a bridge between Tam and humanity and Tam and Gamtu.
Yeah.
And Picard's like, I like that idea. I'll let the robot man totally help a person come back to humanity. That makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Then the second Romulan ship appears, and the Romulan captain, played by Peter Vaught, a character actor, he appears. He's our last guest appearance of this episode. Nice. Not excluding Calamini earlier.
He hasn't been in an episode forever.
I know, it's true.
What's up with that?
Who knows? Money. But yeah, this Romulan captain is set to destroy the quote-unquote star creature.
Yeah, blow it up.
Pretty funny. Dirty, stinky Romulans, and if you know what that means, it means it's time for trivia.
Oh, not again. All right, now you're overacting.
So, writers Dennis Putman Bailey, David Bischoff, and Lisa Putman White based the story on a short story titled Tin Woodman that Bailey and Bischoff wrote in 1976.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Hey, why does it feel like it's a story from 15 years ago?
Because
Because
it
it is.
was. Why can't we change the title of the short story? Why can't we?
Well, they got rid of the word wood.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's true. No, that's true. But they brought it back in just in Japanese. So
Ooh,
that's
there we go. Full circle, baby. It was first published in the December 1976 issue of Amazing Stories.
amazing.
And
Astoundingly awesome.
yeah. And served as the basis of a novel of the same name published by Doubleday in 1979. According to Bailey, Dennis Putman Bailey, the trio were inspired to write a script for the series after watching the episode Samaritan Snare, which Dennis considered, quote, the most abysmal piece of Star Trek ever filmed.
Cool. And then he
So,
went on to make the second.
it's really funny that he saw the Pac-Man
Yeah.
episode and he was like, abysmal.
Disgusting.
And then this is what he writes. I'm just like, okay.
I'm not a huge fan of the Packlins, but that's all right.
Sure. But like,
But it's not an abysmal episode.
no, not at all.
I tell you what's abysmal, naming an alien sentient being a Tin Man. That's what's abysmal.
That's what's pretty stupid.
Congratulations.
Writer Lisa Wilk worked on this episode in an uncredited capacity.
I wonder why.
Dennis Bailey noted that only 2 of the 3 were given credit on the script because the rules at the time would not allow 3 people to be paid as a writing team.
Right.
As such, he used Lisa Putman White's middle name as his middle name.
Yeah. Cool.
You're going to love this one. I was so happy to write this down for you.
Yeah.
The ambient sounds that Gomtu made were derived from sounds recorded from sound effects editor Jim Wolvington's stomach through a stethoscope while he was eating pizza.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Good stuff.
That's really good, right? Yeah.
I do appreciate that, though. It is cool, you know. It's great.
The growing chair that we see on Gomtu was created by reversing a time-lapse film of a wax chair melting.
Melting. Yeah. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Good job.
Great job.
Yeah, I didn't know what that thing was going to be when I first saw it.
Oh, it's a chair.
Is that a... Oh, okay. I thought it was going to like turn into a person. Thanks for being inside me.
it just turns into just a huge mouth. It's just like, oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Oh, you heard me.
This episode was the first to have its music composed by Jay Chataway, who was called in as a guest composer. Wendy Noose and Peter Lauritsen had a 3-hour spotting session with Chataway and recalled his whale sounds from his work on the 1988 action film Red Scorpion. Jay Chataway recalls, as a result of composing music for Jacques Cousteau over the last 5 years, I have an amazing library of sounds, which we digitally sampled and used in Tin Man. We also used an electronic valve instrument, EVI, to create those ancient flute sounds. I think we used 2 players for the electronics. Peter Levin was our whale specialist on Tin Man. I used synthesizers to do certain things that an orchestra can't. The organic sound for the Tin Man was done by 2 synths, both playing Australian didgeridoo loops.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Then director Robert Shearer commented, I was disappointed with Tin Man. It was an interesting show, but I don't think that I pulled off the sense sufficiently of the living ship. God knows I tried. We struggled and struggled with it, but we ended up a little bit insufficiently fulfilled, I thought. An interesting show, but I don't think I did my best work in that show. So let me
I agree with that.
All right, let me send you a picture. So this is what it says from our book. It was in the book. It was in between the two episodes, so I'm going to read it here. I don't know why it's here, but it is, so I'm going to read it.
Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with anything.
It doesn't. So Herman Zimmerman on the Enterprise bridge railing, he's talking about that. There was one prop maker, a fellow named Jim Woods, who personally built that railing. And I'm afraid he was so passionate about doing that, in a sense, he gave his life for it. He was in a motorcycle accident a couple days before he was able to finish it. And he
Oh,
didn't want anybody else to touch it. So he came in against his doctor's orders and finished it. About a week later, he had an aneurysm in his brain and died.
jeez, dude.
I don't know whether he would have lived if he hadn't finished it, but for the first couple of seasons, we had a little dedication plaque under the part of the railing that you couldn't see that mentioned Jim. Jim was a consummate mechanic, and he made the railing in a way that probably nobody else could have figured out. It was a compound ellipse, which is a very difficult thing to fabricate.
No, wood likes to be that shape. What are you talking about?
First, he drew an ellipse on the floor, and then he built a wall to that ellipse. Then he drew another ellipse on that now elliptical vertical wall. And to those lines, he built another wall that became the support for the railing all the way around. Onto that, he lightly tacked the first layer of eighth bender board, which is a flexible wood.
Yeah.
And then, piece by piece, he laminated eighth-inch bender board until he reached the right thickness, which is somewhere between 6 and 9 inches, depending on which part of the railing you're looking at. And while doing this, he managed to create all the voids necessary for the lights and the running of cables inside it. It was really a work of genius. I don't know of anybody else who was working at Paramount at the time who could have figured it out. That's one of the reasons that railing is so important to me. And that's
really cool.
In the picture I sent you, that is prop maker
Yeah.
Jim Woods working on it. So
Yeah, he's sanding all the fill lines on the edge.
right, what the camera's gonna see. Yep, exactly. Pretty
That's
cool.
crazy, dude.
Super crazy.
Yeah, that is a really weird, hard shape for wood. That's nuts.
Yeah, I legitimately can't imagine. Like, hey, how do we make this incredibly hard? Let's do it. Like, let's make this really insane, like, bridge piece. Which is fine. I love it. I think it, like, is a defining thing of Star Trek. Like that just not saying the bridge layout. I'm just saying that big piece where like Worf
Oh,
sits,
yeah.
like it's iconic.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy that it was all wood fabricated, like even this, columns and stuff, the whole bridge.
Yeah.
Look at the power outlet on the floor.
Yeah, they have to hide like all that and yep.
Crazy what goes into like building, it's like, what goes into like building like a house or something, and it's like they're doing that, but it's like
Yeah.
this is for TV.
It's for TV, and it's also for TV that they have no idea if it's going to get canceled in the first 13 episodes. So you assume it's not going to because it's very popular, but you don't know that.
Nope. I think about that with like Firefly.
Oh man, yeah, I know. You go through
All
all
the
that
set
work
design and stuff. Yeah.
Gone. Yeah, I know, totally. It happens.
Yep.
Well, we come back from trivia. Picard feels he has no choice but to allow Tam to interact with Gomtu. He has Data accompany him.
Deanna's happy about it.
Deanna's really happy about it. They go over. Gomtu briefly overwhelms Tam with a lifetime of experiences. This is where we get your part with the Spock thing. Yep. Data can't read. Please.
No, I want this.
In the halls of the pizza stomach. Yep. Data can't reach the Enterprise. Chief O'Brien loses transporter lock. And the Romulans go into attack, and the Enterprise follows. Tam's fingers penetrate Gomtu's walls, but Data's fingers don't.
Mm-hmm.
Get that dirty android's fingers out of me. I don't want to. You can't touch me. Yuck. Gomtu is giving off whale-like sounds. He forms a seat. Look, I made it myself. It's made out of me. Then the Romulan captain tells Picard to back off, and Picard says they will defend that alien no matter what. Romulan captain don't like that too much. Tam sits down in the jelly seat, and Gamtu shows him the star, and Tam feels at peace finally because only Gamtu is the only thing talking to him now, and la, 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 la. And immediately, Data being the bridge for Tam to come back to humanity is moot because he immediately is like, no, I fly this thing now, and off I go. And this was the first time in the episode I was like, you know what? Everybody was right about Tam. He's horribly unstable. He literally was supposed to talk to this thing, and then he was like, I'm never returning, and I'm gonna fly this alien ship. Yeah! Like that was crazy. It's crazy.
That's
But
really
it's
funny.
a crazy way to end the episode. You can't just be like, no, people here love you, spaceship. Return, like, go and do this thing with your life or whatever. It's like, no, I'm damaged. You're damaged. I think it's a weird way of maybe saying the Tin Man and the Scarecrow, like, somehow, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if he only had a brain and if he only had a heart, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I liked it, but that's fine. We'll talk about it. I was happy that he was gone. I hope he blows up in space.
Well, yeah, you're happy he's gone, but it don't make no sense. So Gamtu then propels the Enterprise and the other Romulan ship 3.8 billion kilometers away from the system, and the star goes supernova. And just as they're watching it go supernova, Picard's like, Data. And then Data's just aboard the Enterprise. And Tam does not return. And I was like, cool. You kind of hear a sound effect, but it's just like, nah, Data's just on the bridge. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, does he have the ability to beam Data back?
Apparently. It was like, apparently. He can beam through shields, probably, because I would assume shields are up with the Romulans. Maybe they weren't. Maybe Geordi was still activating them. I don't know.
Was it also them that like threw the Enterprise 8 billion galaxies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. So not only can Tam just do all these crazy things because it's an alien spaceship, so of course it can, but it can also transport data 3.8 billion kilometers. Like, it's not a problem.
No.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. But here's the thing. And I think you probably agree with me too. This thing, it's another scene where Data's looking out the window and Troy comes in and she talks to him about Gamtu and how Gamtu and Tam had similarities. And then Data goes on to like tell her that like this is what he observed, that all these things about them. He says that through joining they have been healed, grief has been transmuted to joy, loneliness to belonging.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you do understand, Data. She's like, you understand what that means. And he's like, I do understand, because when I was returned to the Enterprise, I realized that this is where I belong. And then he turns out, looks at the star, and I was like, you absolute pieces of crap throwing in like emotional data, hardcore data stuff, so that you're like, you get all emotional at the last 35 seconds of the episode, and you're like, amazing. I love this episode.
This is a great episode. This is a great Data episode. I knew it would be when it was called Tin Man, so that's good.
I was just like, it got me right in the feels. He was like, because this is where I belong. And I was like, oh, Data, you do belong on the Enterprise.
Yeah. I just appreciated that they just like leaned in and they're just like, you know what? It sucks. Everything sucks about listening to people. I just want to be alone and I just want to find a quiet place and I'm just sick of everything. And he's just like, this is where I am now. I'm just a space person. I'm a spaceman.
Yep.
I'm a spaceman and a tin man.
Space Captain Man.
Space Captain Man. And it's just like, yeah, I'm leaving. My people need me. And he just took off, Good for you.
Well, the good news is, we'll get to see Tam Elbrun again.
No, God.
And Gamtu will show up again. Those characters are definitely going to circle back.
Yeah, and and say hi to Jeremy.
Say hi to Jeremy. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yep. I look forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be really good when they circle back and we see these characters again.
Be a good
And
payoff, yeah.
yeah, it'd be a really good payoff and be like, wow, what if Tam can't wait to see what Tam and Gom2 are doing. Wow. With all those special magical ship abilities, they could probably be a really big asset. But he can read minds.
They
Nah.
definitely are going to help like the fight the Borg and stuff.
Oh man! Oh my goodness! Yes.
That's the thing though, is like I really don't care.
No, I
like,
know. No, nobody does.
obviously,
Nobody.
like, yeah,
No,
that makes sense.
Not a single person cares. Not a single person. Even the actor who played Tam doesn't care that he's never come back to play Tam again. I can't imagine.
No, and that's the thing is like when it started, I was like, God, I hate this guy. I really hate this guy. But by the end of the episode, I was just like, you know what? If he's like such a tortured person, good for him.
Yeah.
Just
More
go out
power
there,
to him.
be a spaceman,
Totally. Really funny.
Can't wait to see what happens next week.
Yeah, with the adventures of Tam and Gom2.
Yeah.
It's an animated series that they made for all Star Trek kids.
Oh man, I'd watch it.
I'd watch every minute of it. Well, that is what we thought of the episode. That was our review of the episode. But before we conclude the podcast, let's first do the thing that everyone's been waiting for. Caleb. So, Caleb, who gets the Erica Ortegas Award for being the most unlikable character of the episode?
Tim.
Excellent. Did you need another second to think about it?
Yeah. Tam. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, they evidently don't understand like telepaths in this time period.
No.
So
No, why would you? There's only a whole race of them.
it's just like all of them are terrible. I don't think we've come across one single Betazoid that's been like, oh, they're kind of interesting. They're all like, they're all terrible. Even Troy is like not well written. So
yeah, I know. It's fun.
Because remember the other half Betazoid or partial Betazoid or something was
yeah,
what's like that.
He was a real pervert.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay.
I already know what you're thinking. I'll see you later.
Well, next is the Elizabeth Cutler Award for the most forgettable character of the episode.
Gosh, it's Wesley or Worf.
Okay.
Probably Wesley. I mean, it's easy to say, like, well, he just sat there for a minute. It is pretty useless, but also, like, I think Worf had, like, 2 lines.
Worf at least did things and said that Romulans were coming. I think Wesley literally just says, like, they got thrown 3.8 billion kilometers and then says a couple other things that he, like, read on the monitors. Yeah. Worf at least gets the line, Romulans claim whatever they can see. He gets an extra line.
Which is a stupid line, but yeah. And then he has that like, oh, that ship is fascinating.
Yeah, that's true. He does say, yeah.
For a lot of like big security stuff happening, not a big security presence this week.
Nah, he wasn't that worried about it.
No.
Well, hey, we'll take Wesley for that. And we'll move on to the next one, which is the Mugatu Award for the best alien of the episode.
I mean, Tin Man's fine.
Yeah.
Like, the design was cool,
Yeah. You'll follow me and I'll follow you. It's Tam and Gom too. You got it, buddy. Next is the Trip Tucker Award for the MVP of the episode.
Definitely Geordi.
Okay.
Well, he had to keep fixing the ship the whole episode.
It's true. That's all he did.
So he's the only one that really did his job,
He was like, please stop making things break, please. Yeah,
that thing fried systems I didn't think were unfriable. That's what I was going to name my nameplate this week, is the other engineer that he kept talking to.
Russell,
that's it, yeah. It was so funny. He's just like, all right, Russell, go ahead and get that pipe.
He doesn't say anything. Yeah, I know. He's like,
who's this guy? Who's this guy? Is he an ensign? Is he,
He's Russell.
He's just Russell, baby.
He's like, whoa, Russell. We're gonna have to do it manually. Don't just get in there. And then my other favorite part is they cut back to them before he gives them long range sensors. And he's down, he's looking at the thing, and there's another guy now. There's another random
Yeah.
guy there. And he's like, hey, Russell, blah, blah, blah. He turns to Russell, talks to him, gets him all set up. And then right as he goes to turn back to talk to Riker, he turns to this guy and he goes, you in? And the guy's like, he's like, all right. And then Jordy says, whatever, like,
Yeah.
let's turn on section 9 or whatever.
I got your sensors. I did it all alone.
Really funny.
Yeah, I wonder if that's how it worked back then too. Because like I've heard stories about Creed from The Office, and it was like once he started talking, they had to like start paying him as like an actual like cast. Yeah.
No, they have to. Yeah, once you speak, you have to be considered.
Speaking lines. Those are good.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously these guys are not. These are getting paid as background people only.
And I'm sure there's somewhere what the names of these actors are somewhere. They have like everybody knows everybody in Star Trek, but it's like because I don't talk about them, even though he gets named, he's named Russell, and they point at him. He's not considered a guest appearance because he doesn't talk.
Well, I remember
Forever Russell.
Russell, the best engineer on the Enterprise. I see you, Russell.
I see. Hashtag Russell.
Yep. Never forget.
That's right. Well, next is the Spock Award for the best line of the episode.
Data saying that he belongs on the Enterprise.
There it is.
That's the line of the episode.
Yep, it is. It was right at the end, and I was like getting like swole with emotion, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not.
You can kiss my grits.
I was like, I am not gonna feel any differently for this episode because you did this cheap emotional.
Soiled it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I know.
It's a great line and it's a great scene. I don't take it away from it, but it is ham-fisted into a pretty meh episode.
They knew when they named this episode, it was people like me were going to be like, oh, Data episode. Cool.
Yeah. And it's an incredibly long way around to get to be like, hey, Data feels like he belongs.
Yeah. You're like, uh-huh.
I didn't know he had a problem with that.
Oh, interesting. That's so cool.
Next is the Shran Award for the best action sequence.
It's when the Romulan ship blows up.
Yes, it is. When you saw it explode, you were quickly writing down. You're like, I have to notate. This is amazing.
Yeah. I hope nothing else crazy happens this episode for me to have to think about action stuff.
Nothing will beat that in this episode. Well, next is the NX-01 Award for some sweet ship stuff.
I like Gon 2.
Yeah.
Like design. The ship design was cool. And I also kind of like the gross, like fleshy interior.
Mm-hmm. And something specific?
Flesh chair.
Yes. The whole time you were looking down and thinking, I was chanting quietly, skin and guts chair, skin and guts chair. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, you know what's funny is it reminds me of the Cylons from Battlestar. They were very like gross, fleshy amalgamations.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It is good stuff. I like it. I want it right there. It's right there on the award. It's just that gross, fleshy chair, and it's going to be like award.
And he's like, "Oh, it fits me perfectly."
Wouldn't it be really funny to learn why we never see Tam and Gom2 again? Is it just it's a telepathic being that just is like, I'm so lonely, there's nobody inside, and it sent Data back because it eats everybody inside, so it makes that chair and you sit in it, and it just literally just folds. Yeah, it folds you like
No, here's an up-to-date reference that you'll appreciate is that when you sit in the chair, it does the same thing that Cell does to your body.
Oh no.
You turn into a weird flesh puppet and then nothing, and then just clothes.
Just clothes, just his green jumper.
And then it ejects his clothes out into the galaxy.
Well, next is the Porthos Award for the cheesiest thing of the episode.
I think that Picard is pretty cheesy this week. I think a lot of his like actions and reactions to stuff is very
too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't enjoy them.
Like him being mad about the spaceship, like blowing up the Romulan ship, and that he knows that Tam like was involved with that. I get him being angry at that, but that if we're on the same wavelength, like him in the first time Med Bay thing, and he's so angry at him, and like so he's like he just can't wrap his mind around that this guy is like suffering.
Yeah, no, I know that's how I feel about it too.
It's just crazy because every time they cut to him, at like almost every time throughout the entire episode until like towards the very end, he's constantly just
Yeah,
like punching
yeah.
himself in the head and like bursting out because like he can't hold it in anymore, kind of thing.
Well, and they don't have any experience with that, and we don't remember or talk about the time that Deanna was being plagued by music and she
No.
couldn't handle it. So we don't know what it's like for people to be like in anguish, and
They're just like, I don't know. She keeps screaming about it, so we'll just put her to
I don't know.
sleep because it's annoying.
She's just kind of like being a woman for no reason. I don't know what to do with it.
She's got to go out to the ocean because she's got the vapors.
Yeah, she's got ghosts in her blood. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Something.
something. I don't know. Well, next and lastly is the Star Trek Enterprise Award for the best scene of the episode.
The ending is obviously the best scene of the episode, but
Yeah, but you didn't say it for that. You said a different scene.
no, I said that the scene between him and Data
Yep. You kind of already said that.
where they're talking about like, you know, him
Feelings.
being qualified to talk about being humans and
Right.
yeah, that was good.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Well, totally fine. I think it's a great scene. I mean, you already gave the end scene the best line. I mean, those are like honestly, those are the two best scenes of the entire episode.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So to me, it's like either give a line that he says to Data, like it's not a sin to be different, the best line, and then give best scene to Data and Troy at the end, or what you did, which is the reverse. So it's like either way, it's to me, it's a win.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it. Well, that is what Caleb awarded the episode. We appreciate him doing that. He loves it. He never complains about it. He looks forward to doing it every single week. He takes notes. It's your
Extensive.
turn. Extensive. But now it's your turn to write what you thought of the episode. Give us your review of this episode. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you want more of it? Or did you wish that this Tin Man
Rusted in the woods?
Yeah. Oil. Yeah. Let us know down below.
Next time on Star Trek The Next Generation.
Next week's episode is episode 21 of Star Trek The Next Generation's season 3, and that episode is entitled Hollow Pursuits.
Oh, another Data episode.
Maybe. We get introduced to a new character, so that'll be fun.
Good.
So we have that to look forward to next week. We're getting closer and closer to the finale, which is fun. We get on to even better Star Trek. So just think, folks. You thought, when would season 1 and season 2 ever end? Season 3 has been really fun, and we're almost to season 4. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It is, yeah. But as always, if you enjoyed our review of this episode, like the video. If you disliked our review of this episode, dislike the video. Share it with all your friends and family and Trek enthusiasts. Subscribe so you don't miss a review as soon as it hits the channel. And ring that bell so you can stay up to date with every single review. And then, when this review and this video is over with, you can always head on over to Caleb's channel. Caleb has a fun prop tutorial channel where he makes cool things from pop culture. He takes it step by step, shows you how to do it. They're short videos, they're not hard to watch, and he usually has something relatively new almost every single week. So you can go over there and catch it. Probably one of his most latest videos is a Fallout wall terminal that fits an iPad. So if you like that kind of stuff, go over there and check it out.
Yeah.
And then if you don't care about props for whatever reason, you don't want to see stuff like that, every single month on the 19th, you can go over and watch him and I talk about Dragon Ball Z. We cover that anime series, and it's much like this. I've never seen it. He has. and we talk at great lengths about it, and we cover a handful of episodes at a time. So go over there.
It came out today for us, not for you. It came out
It
3
came
weeks
out.
ago.
We're almost like by the time this comes out, we're just about to talk about the Cell Games Part 1. So,
Oh man, that's great.
We probably already have
Time travel.
Yeah, we probably already have, and that episode will be out probably in just a few days. Anything else you want the folks to know about, Caleb?
I have been putting videos out every Thursday for the past few weeks, so we'll see how long I can go before my mental ability breaks and I have to go and get in a spaceship and just be alone for the rest of my life. We'll see.
Well, when you're over there looking for a video to watch, and when you finally find one, make sure to like it. Make sure to comment on it. Maybe leave a suggestion of something for him to make, or something for him and I to watch and talk about. That's always fun. Share it with other people if you think that they'd love to make that thing themselves, or they'd like to hear our thoughts on that subject. But at the very least, on whatever you decide to do, at least please subscribe for GOM2. We thank Ed Markstar and Captain Olimar for their Patreon support once again. Those guys are really kind to us. We appreciate them greatly, and we wouldn't be as cool and awesome looking if it wasn't for those guys.
That's true.
And so we look forward to Hollow Pursuits next week. And until next time, computer, I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity.
I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, there's no stopping me.
I'm burning through the sky like 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit.
That's where they tell me Mr. Superman.
I'm traveling at the speed of light.
Up, right, don't stop me now.
Good stuff. See you guys.
Yeah, that was great.